Monthly Horoscope. Sagittarius, November 2022. Welcome to Scorpio season, dear Sagittarius. The sun and brooding water sign Scorpio is a sensitive time of year for you, Sagittarius. Make time to rest, explore your emotions, take a break from work, and let your mind wander. Psychic Scorpio season is a fantastic time to connect with your intuition and explore your spirituality. You might decide to start keeping a dream journal, as your dreams are especially active at this time. It's a powerful moment for inner work and releasing the past, and insightful realizations can be made if you're exploring your subconscious and doing work in therapy. You're thinking back to September 20th and October 3rd as Mercury in Libra mingles with Jupiter in Aquarius on November 1st, and back to September 22nd and October 1st as Mercury squares off with Pluto in Capricorn on November 2nd. Mercury's connection with Jupiter expands your social circle, and important conversations about money are had as Mercury clashes with Pluto. After last month's retrograde, you're finally ready to move forward with your plans, projects, and conversations after plenty of reconsideration. November 4th brings the new moon in Scorpio, and the sun opposes Uranus in Taurus. The best way to work with the energy of this new moon is to rest, dear Sagittarius. Make time to reconnect with your inner voice through journaling or meditation. Don't overbook yourself. Some unexpected invitations or projects may pop up as the sun opposes Uranus. Feeling unrestricted by expectations and deadlines is especially important to you at this time, so set boundaries around how much time and energy you have to spare. Venus enters Capricorn on November 5th, which will be spectacular for your finances. You could be receiving a raise or selling something of high value. In your romantic relationships, Venus in Capricorn finds you especially delighted by partners who bring you gifts or pick up the check, and you're appreciative of partners who are conscientious about the role money plays in relationships. Also on November 5th, Mercury enters Scorpio, putting you in an introspective, reflective mood. Some secrets are shared. Mercury and Venus connect on November 6th, creating a sweet, friendly atmosphere, and your brain is busy brewing up all sorts of exciting ideas on November 10th as Mercury meets Mars in Scorpio. You might have a hard time slowing down and resting on this day. But as excited as you may be, you'll have to navigate some blocks or delays around communication as Mercury and Mars clash with Saturn on this day. The Sun makes an easy connection with Neptune in Pisces on November 12th, bringing an especially healing and harmonious atmosphere to your home as you work through emotions about the past. Unexpected news arrives on November 13th as Mercury opposes Uranus. You're craving a shift in your routine and don't want to be hindered by rigid plans. Mercury's opposition to Uranus could find you abruptly dropping a project or simply refusing to be tied down, keeping your schedule as open as possible. The Sun squares off with your ruling planet Jupiter on November 15th, finding you feeling especially confident and lucky, but the best way to work with this energy isn't by taking big gambles, but by taking measured action. An exciting conversation takes place at this time, but do be careful about gossip and exaggerations. The Sun mingles with Pluto on November 16th, bringing some intriguing information your way, especially about power or money. Mars opposes Uranus on November 17th, finding you feeling impatient. Take a break from your usual routine if you can. Watch out for short tempers and arguments at this time. The mood will be much more sympathetic and understanding on November 18th as Mercury connects with Neptune. Unexpected gifts arrive on November 18th as Venus connects wildcard Uranus, and this day also brings the lunar eclipse in Taurus, which finds you wrapping up a project or sharing something you've been working on. Taurus is an earth sign, and this full moon calls you to reconnect with nature and your body. This is a powerful moment to kick an old habit or rearrange your schedule to better consider your well-being. This is a great opportunity to reflect on your work-life balance, and to think about how you can be more organized at work and create space for yourself to truly unplug. There's often a stark difference between an eclipse's before and after, so your life can undergo a phenomenal transformation right now. Mercury clashes with Jupiter on November 20th, stirring up a busy atmosphere around communication. Again, try to avoid gossip. Be mindful about the embellishments you add to your stories. They are wild enough, with all the adventures and risks you take. If someone tells you something that sounds too good to be true, trust your intuition. Ultimately, the whole lesson of Scorpio season and Mercury in Scorpio is to trust your gut, and to connect with your inner voice and inner truth. Outside noise is just that, noise, and you might have a lot tune out as Mercury clashes with Jupiter. All sorts of information, announcements, and even secrets are shared. Mercury connects with Pluto on November 21st, an excellent time to research and get to the bottom of a situation. November 21st is also the start of Sagittarius season. Happy solar return, dear Centaur. The sun in your sign inspires celebration, confidence, and a big boost of energy. You've been so introspective this Scorpio season, but you're coming out of your shell now, especially as Mercury enters Sagittarius on November 24th. You're famous for speaking your mind, Sagittarius, and that's precisely what you are doing now. It's also an exciting time to make introductions, and to communicate with your partners about everything you've been mulling over lately. The Sun meets Mercury on November 28th, bringing you an important realization, and you're ready to cut ties with the past as Mars connects with Neptune on November 29th. The month ends on a busy note as Mercury connects with Saturn, Venus with the Sun, and the Sun with Saturn, all on November 30th. Mercury and Saturn's connection creates a solid atmosphere to discuss commitments, and there's an air of appreciation and generosity as Venus mingles with Neptune. The Sun and Saturn's connection finds you deeply reflecting on responsible communication, and bodes well for getting organized and creating a support system. Sagittarius. Astral climate for November 2022. There is a lot of excitement in your November sky, and this can only be good for your enthusiastic temperament. Venus is conjoined to your sign until the 5th, the Sun on the 22nd, and Mercury on the 24th. During this time, Jupiter and Saturn in sextile open up your horizons by setting the correct limits. This is an excellent month to put yourself forward, fall in love, study, experiment, and discover. Don't hesitate to get out of your home and comfort zone to meet new people and learn many exciting things. Sagittarius. Mood for November 2022. Venus exalts all your appetites, be they emotional, food, or financial. You'll need to control yourself in November so you don't break your heart, put on 20 pounds, or go on a shopping spree. Saturn should help you to remain reasonable while having a good time in good company. Your mood is good, and your exchanges are very gratifying. It's an excellent time to make new friends. It's also a perfect time to reconsider what you've experienced, understood, and integrated just before your birthday to begin a new cycle of expansion then with full knowledge of what's going on. Sagittarius. Love for November 2022. You must manage your desires. Contain your emotions so that a certain latent aggressiveness does not push you to attack your loved ones. You aspire to a less restrictive daily life. Specific rules or duties are weighing on your morale. It is time to identify these sensitive points to, little by little, find solutions. You are overflowing with projects to improve your life and those of your loved ones. You see the means to launch your projects. Still, excessive ardor and enthusiasm could hinder their realization. Sagittarius. Money for November 2022. Until the 5th, your financial luck is with you. All month long, Jupiter and Saturn protect your assets, be they emotional or material. However, your excessive temperament can still put a strain on your budget if you do not control your often extreme desires. Neptune is your enemy as it clouds your ideas and could lead you to questionable or overly bold investments. It is always best to seek advice before committing large sums of money to any project. Sagittarius. Work for November 2022. You are a bit behind the curve during the first 3 weeks of November, staying in the shadows, but that's no reason to brood over frustrations or resentments. To defuse this tendency, express yourself. By being more in control of your exchanges, you'll prepare for your professional future instead of antagonizing your superiors or colleagues about what's preventing you from living your life. Take the time to clean up your act so that you can bounce back, next month, in complete control. You are focused on your personal projects. If you are not really present on the professional front, no one will blame you. Sagittarius. Leisure for November 2022. You are a bit lonely for a good part of the month. Take advantage of this to get away from it all and go for some lovely walks. You can also visit exhibitions, museums, or attend one or another concert. In any case, avoid staying at home in front of a screen because you need to be physically active. Team sports suit you particularly well, and the desire to win could be your primary motivation to get out of your cave. Sagittarius. Key dates for November 2022. On the 2nd, don't demand too much from those who support you, but not at any cost. On the 12th, you prepare, in the shadows, a project or installation that corresponds to an ideal. Do not rush anything. On the 16th, ask for help from those who can help you without making too much noise. On the 18th, constructively invest your energies in reflection rather than in action. On the 30th, controlled communication will allow you to be listened to. Rely on your magnetism and talents to make those around you want to follow you or support you. Sagittarius. Advice for November 2022. From the 22nd, a new page opens, and you have the means to make your daily life lighter and more festive. But before that, it will be good to reflect honestly on all your achievements, to approach your future more constructively. Spend November in the shade rather than in the light to prepare for what is to come without being bothered by those whom you would irritate by your excesses. Good luck this month, Sagittarius, and see you in December.